Welcome here into Teal the Show. It is a holiday week, but the Jaguars got a big game on deck with the Indianapolis Colts. Take two, old man Phillip Rivers going to be leading the way. Kyle, this is one the Jags got to have big-time playoff implications on the line.
Hey, we've said it every week. You know, it's the biggest one because it's the next one. They got to keep the main thing. But we do have some bad news to cover just a little bit before we get to that big news. Our man Jordan Lewis not going to be with us for the remainder of these games.
I mean, that's true. Not the gift anyone asked for, right? But this was kind of the moment where he left the game with a foot injury against the Denver Broncos, and now the Jaguars have officially put him on injured reserve. Liam Cohen didn't sound too confident about the possibility of Jordan even coming back down the stretch run if the Jaguars made a run. So looks like it's going to be a foot injury that puts him on the shelf. But Jay Lou has been a huge help for the Jaguars, not just on the football field, but off of it. Definitely going to be a big-time loss for them. But he's a guy that, Kyle, I think is still going to be around the team one way or another, making an impact.
Yeah, a veteran in that locker room, a leadership role. That definitely sounds like him. We got to talk to Coach Liam Cohen today. Just kind of back what they're going to be missing and how Jarrian Jones can step up in that role.
Always hard when you lose a leader. Elite communicator, guy that brings energy and focus and playmaking to our defense. So that's always hard, but he's handled it like a pro. He's been extremely confident with the guys around him, continuing to try to pour into them as much as possible. And Jarrian, just every opportunity, he's continued to get better and has made some huge plays for us this year. His play energy is always something that I appreciate, and he's tackled at a high level, especially in space. So continuing to get him moving in the right direction, and we're going to need him down the stretch. I think Milo and Perk and those guys have done a really nice job of preparing that group in the back end with both at the corner, nickel and safety position. We've had a lot of guys play and be fortunate enough to play and to get depth throughout some of those injuries. And so, you know, in the moment, you're obviously trying to continue to build the chemistry, but also knowing that in the long run, that depth will help us, and it has helped us. So counting on those guys in the back end, obviously, to continue to play at a high level. And as you go towards the end of the season, you know, it doesn't really matter who's out there. It's just, hey, man, this is a job that we have to do. This is a responsibility that we have to all know the game plan, communicate at a high level, and go make plays.
So now, Jamal, I know we're going to miss Jay Lou. We have seen what this defense looks like without him for a little stretch earlier in the season, but just how devastating could this be for the defense?
I mean, look, Jordan Lewis is a big-time leader on and off the football field. He's almost like a second coach. Coach Campanella has even said that. So having Jordan Lewis around the team has paid big-time dividends. For Jarrian Jones, it means that he can go back to his home. Like, Jarrian's a really good slot cornerback, right? And he's shown that he can make some plays on the outside, but at slot, he can be a difference maker. So it's him slide back in there. I think Jarrian's going to be just fine. Losing Jordan does hurt your depth. It hurts your leadership. But I think Jarrian will be all right sliding in there. You know, one of the things that I followed up with Liam after the question is a lot of their young players have had to step up into big-time roles this season, and we haven't seen them drop the standard. And Coach Liam and a lot of the players have always pointed to the veteran guys, like a Jordan Lewis when Jonah Monheim stepped in, Robert Hainsey. Those veterans really helping those young players get up to speed, understand the moment, and understand the standard, the expectation that's on these young guys of what they need to deliver when they step out, and they've been prepared to go. And it's that leadership that's helped them in this moment. And Liam said, honestly, it's that standard, it's that ownership from the team that's helping to continue push them forward, and why he's confident that even without Jordan Lewis on the field, they'll be all right.
Okay. Now, that standard has definitely risen, and we've seen injuries come in, and like you said, the play hasn't dropped off. So we're going to miss him, but I think the defense will continue to take care of business as we've seen. Now, we did mention that we do have another big game coming up, Indianapolis Colts. We will talk a little bit more about what the Jags have in store coming up after this quick break.
It will be cool. You know, I have a ton of respect for Phillip, a guy that obviously is an all-time great quarterback in this league, and obviously he's coming back and playing. It's been impressive to see what he's done the last few weeks. I mean, I think obviously there's no limit to what you can do, but obviously at that age, people probably thought a certain thing about how he's going to play, and he's been playing really, really well. So it's been cool to watch. Obviously, we'll look forward to saying what's up to him after the game, talking to him, meeting him. Never got a chance to meet him, so excited about that, and it'll be fun. It'll be a fun one, so it'll be cool.
Old man Rivers at the helm for the Indianapolis Colts at quarterback. And you know what? He hasn't played bad, but he is older than Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen, 4 years older.
I mean, that's something at least. Jamal, does anything scare you about Philip Rivers? I'm going to be honest, it kind of does give me a little nervous energy, just a tiny bit.
Why?
I mean, I did see one video. He was commanding the line of scrimmage. You never know when there's quarterbacks you haven't seen a lot, and Philip Rivers is, probably will be a Hall of Famer at some point.
Okay, let's not go that far. Let's not go too far.
Never mind.
Let's not go too far. Look, I get it. I mean, you get the same nervous energy if it was a backup quarterback, wouldn't you?
I would.
All right. So, look, Philip's fine. He's played okay, but he is 0-2, and he is 44. Like, at the end of the day, he can't run, but he can still sling it a little bit. He can still sling it a little bit. So, we'll see. Look, it's just another game with another quarterback. Just so happens to be old man Rivers. I wouldn't go any farther or past that. I think Philip Rivers is fine. I think he brings some veteran leadership to the team. I think he was the Colts' best option at the moment. So, I think he's played some good ball over the past 2 games, but it hasn't been good enough to win, and ultimately that is still a quarterback stat.
Okay. Hey, it's probably just my old memory of the Philip Rivers of the past. And
probably a little bit.
I've seen him torch the Jaguars before, but like you said, this is a different Philip Rivers. He's with the Colts now, so.
A mic'd up Philip Rivers is still a time to be had.
90-yard touchdown.
Yeah, so still some fun there, but this is a big one for the Colts and a big one for the Jaguars. Colts needed to keep those playoff hopes alive because they took a loss last week that definitely took a dose to those playoff odds. For the Jaguars, it's technically an opportunity they could lock up the division as soon as Sunday, but we got to keep an eye on the game on Saturday first. So on Saturday, everybody in Jacksonville needs to be rooting for the Chargers to beat the Texans. Texans lose, Jaguars win. Jaguars are AFC South champions. Okay? So that gets you a home playoff game. But it doesn't necessarily stop there because the door is still open, even if it's like, maybe a little tight. The door is open for that 1-seed spot still. You need the Patriots to lose one of their 2 games the rest of the way. So either to the Jets or the Dolphins. And then the Broncos only have 1 game left now since they beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Christmas Day. Their final game is against the Chargers. So perfect world for the folks in Jacksonville. The Chargers go 2-0 the next 2 weeks, and the Jaguars have an opportunity to possibly be the 1 seed. That would be perfect world. So I think there should be a whole lot of Chargers fans in Jacksonville as the Jaguars try and keep this thing rolling and maybe make the path to the AFC roll through a small market team.
So what you're saying is Christmas could be over, but the gifts may not stop from coming in.
Hey, you know what? A little late Christmas gift, that could work out. That could definitely work out because the Jaguars definitely need some help. And it would be nice if an in-state rival in the Miami Dolphins could, you know what, go ahead and deliver.
Hey, go
help
Dolphins.
Somebody out.
Hey, we could use a little help. That's fine.
Bolt up, go Fins, whatever you got. Look, a little help will get the 1 seed in Jacksonville. However you got to get it. So big game though. But the Jaguars, in order for all that to happen, the Jags got to take care of their business and go 2-0 the rest of the way.
They always do. And when we've seen it so far this year, they've been able to take care of business. I will say, I've always been nervous. I'm just a nervous Nelly, you could say, but. I do feel a little better about the Jaguars. It is in Indianapolis. I guess I can go ahead and give you my prediction now.
Go ahead, roll it out.
I'm going to go ahead and predict the Jaguars. I know that's a big surprise.
Shocker.
But you know what? I think
Monkey wrench.
I think I'm number 1 in terms of the Jaguars picks right now.
Well, when the team has rolled and you pick them every week, it's tough to.
Well, I think I and the Jaguars have the same record because I think I've picked them every week. So.
Yeah. That's fine. Hey, look, you know what? Nothing's wrong with that. When they're hot, you should pick them. That is the correct thing to do.
Hey, I'm just giving you my best analysis. And if it turns out to be right, what can I say? Hey, I'm sorry. But
all right, you got a score for me?
I think I'll give you a 28-17. 28-17.
28-17? Okay, I can feel that. So here for me, you asked me if I was worried about Philip Rivers, and the answer is no. But you have to be worried about the Colts because of how they're built, right?
Yeah.
Their offensive line is really good. Jonathan Taylor is still really good, even if, for whatever reason, those guys don't show up when they make the trip to Jacksonville. Historically, JT has ran crazy on the Jags in Indy.
Very true.
Okay, so they got to stop that guy. And the way the Colts have built this team, their defense is solid, the offensive line is good, their receivers are solid, and you got one of the best running backs in the league. They've always felt they just needed a guy at quarterback. Just a guy. Not a star, but just a guy. And that's why they've gone after the Matt Ryans, the Phillip Rivers. Even Gardner Minshew was able to guide them to the postseason a couple years back. So they just feel like they need a guy. Has it taken a couple of weeks? Like, Phillip Rivers looked better in his second start than he looked in his first start. Is he still getting back up to speed? I don't know. Am I worried about Phillip Rivers? No, but I'm worried about the supporting cast around Phillip, especially the guy in the backfield, Jonathan Taylor, who, again, historically in Indianapolis goes crazy against the Jaguars. Am I going to pick the Colts? No. But the Jaguars' offensive line is a little bit banged up, so we'll see how that thing looks when they roll out there. And you got to find a way to stop Jonathan Taylor. You also got a little bit of a banged-up secondary. So injuries have piled up at the wrong time, but I'm going to roll Jaguars. Give me 28-24. A little bit of a close game in Indy, but I think the Jaguars sneak out with one.
Stand on business, take care of business, do what you got to do.
And don't allow anybody on the bandwagon, according to Trayvon Walker.
Don't allow them. We'll have to wait and see on Sunday.
Hey, we'll see. So it is a big one set for Sunday. 2 games left in the regular season. 2 games left in the regular season, but we know at least Jaguars at least got 1 postseason game. So Teal the Show will keep rolling into the postseason, and we'll keep it rolling as long as the Jaguars keep it rolling. And we'll start talking to you about some of our postseason plans as we get a little closer there. But 2 games left in the regular season. We got you a lot down. So come hang out with us every Monday and Friday night. We appreciate you spending some of your Friday night with us here on Channel 4 at Teal the Show. And hopefully we'll see you for another Victory Monday on Monday night. Good night, everybody, and go Jags.